Well, members of the TangaTanga movement are this afternoon expected to give what they call a State of the Nation address on the current lockdown in the 5 counties and a conditional loan to Kenya from the International Monetary Fund. We have our senior political reporter, Kennedy Mureithi, on ground and is now joining us with the latest on what they're expected to speak about. Mureithi, good to see you. What are some of these issues that are of concern and are supposed to be raised by the members of Parliament?
Well, a very good afternoon to you, Zainab, there in our Nairobi studios. And unfortunately, a minute ago, we've just been told by the conveners of this meeting that they have been chased away from this particular hotel where we are by the police, and they just have to have the press conference outside the precincts of this particular hotel where we are at the Social House in Lavington. We had been called by members or some allies of Deputy President William Ruto, who were expected to speak on 3 things according to the press invite that we were given. They wanted, according to the press invite, they said that they were going to speak about the state of the nation, the IMF, and also the lockdown. The message also said that it was a meeting that had been called by members of parliament from the 5 counties that have been locked in by a directive that was given by President Uhuru Kenyatta about a week ago. But right now they have to rethink their strategy because they have just been taken out of this particular hotel because of COVID protocols, and they just have to do the press conference from outside. But what we had gathered already is that one of the things that they were coming to do is that there has been a lot of talk with regards to this lockdown that was imposed by President Uhuru Kenyatta about a week ago. And one of the things that they were coming to do is to call on government to actually move in with speed and actually probably propose a raft of measures that the government would probably take in so as to mitigate some of the talk that Kenyans have been having, including the loss of livelihood, and also churches who have been saying that this time round it has hit them hard. Remember, we've been carrying stories about all week where Kenyans have been saying, or even opinion shapers have been saying, that they were not consulted in this new raft of measures that were announced by the government. And this time round, there was a probability that they were going to give out those measures according to them what would really work. With regards to the IMF, remember just a few days ago, the IMF was able to advance a loan of about 250 billion shillings. And Kenyans have been all over social media speaking to this, and also even going as far as to the IMF wall, trying to call on the government to rethink, or trying to call on the IMF to rethink their strategy or not to loan Kenya any more money. And this has actually been a point of talk. So we expected that with regards to that, they would be touching on the talk that Kenyans have been having with regards to that. So when they were calling it a State of the Nation address, we were waiting to hear what is it that they will be talking about. Remember, when President Uhuru Kenyatta locked down the country, the percentage rate of infection in the country was at 22%. A day later, it had already risen to 26%. And President Uhuru Kenyatta, even on Friday when he met opposition leader Raila Odinga, he said that he had to take the measures that he did. And he said that even if these measures that he has already put in place were not working, then he would move ahead and impose more of this, because what he's insisted is that lives matter more than the economy at this time. So let us wait to hear what the sentiments that will be from these particular members of parliament will be. But right now, Zainab, what we've been able to ascertain, and also one of them, the conveners, Dennis Itumbi, together with one of the management officers of this hotel, have just come and said that police have kicked them out and they have to do this press conference from outside the precincts of this particular hotel. So we really want to hear what has happened and what they will be speaking to, and we'll be giving you more details in our subsequent bulletins. But right now, we can only wait and hear what they are saying. Back to you, Zainab, in studio.